Last week, a journalist tweeted about a Republican leader who has been targeting new member of Congress, Ilhan Omar, because she criticized Israel. She responded, quoting an old song title by Puff Daddy. It's all about the Benjamins, meaning money. This so offended the opinion editor of the New York City Jewish newspaper Forward, Batya Ungar-Sargan, that she went on a Twitter rampage. On February 10th, Ungar-Sargan wrote, "Would love to know who Ilhan of Minnesota thinks is paying American politicians to be pro-Israel, though I think I can guess. Bad form, Congresswoman. That's the second anti-Semitic trope you've tweeted." Now, I had to look up what Ungar-Sargan thought was the first one. It was Omar writing, "Israel has hypnotized the world." Now, she wrote that 7 years ago, when Israel was bombing the heck out of Gaza. By the way, how is that an anti-Semitic trope? Israel, last time I looked, was a country. It wasn't the Jews. And what's the problem with hypnotism? There are traditional lies about Jews, that they're all bankers, they try to control the world, puppet masters, and similar garbage. But hypnotists? Give me a break. Anyway, the great sage Chelsea Clinton notices Ungar-Sargan's complaint and chimes in, as do some outraged Republicans. And later, Nancy Pelosi gets into the act. In the meantime, Ilhan Omar answers the Forward editor with one word, an acronym actually, AIPAC. Omar is clear. She's not talking about the Jews. She's talking about an actual organization, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. It's an ultra-right-wing leader of the Zionist lobby, which is all involved with, indirectly, supporting or opposing politicians with, and I'm going to use that word, money. So Ungar-Sargan, who now sees herself on the national stage, lectures Ilhan Omar. Please learn how to talk about Israel in a non-anti-Semitic way. Sincerely, American Jews. So now Ungar-Sargan is speaking for all Jews. The next day, Ungar-Sargan wrote a whole article talking about Ilhan Omar's one-word tweet. She claimed her tweet cast AIPAC as a nefarious organization controlling the levers of power, buying politicians with Benjamins, and bribing them to betray American values. It belongs in a Der Stürmer cartoon, not on the Twitter feed of a U.S. Congresswoman. And the article goes on, even warning about genocide. Der Stürmer, by the way, was a Nazi paper of Hitler's Germany. Ungar-Sargan tweets something about an octopus with a hook nose, something Representative Omar didn't say or depict at all. Then the Forward editor claims that Jews aren't the real passion behind support for the Israeli government. It's actually 80 million evangelical Christians, or so she says. An Israeli tweets that Representative Omar was right about AIPAC. Later, he expanded it into an article in The Nation. But the heat was on, and feeling it, Omar apologizes. And Ungar-Sargan is at last happy. Ungar-Sargan was doing her level best to sabotage the growing move among Democrats away from apartheid Israel. This should not be a surprise about her. Here's a screenshot of Ungar-Sargan talking at an ADL event last fall. The ADL organizes U.S. police departments to send their officers to Israel for training. My grandfather used to read Forward in Yiddish, so I had a soft spot for the paper. It's only a website now, but occasionally it does some decent investigations. In the Zionist world, it's considered left-wing, so I thought I should cut it some slack. But then I got this email from Forward bragging about how Ungar-Sargan is taking on a congresswoman's blatant anti-Semitism. What a pile of manure. Here's a much better Jewish site, jewishcurrents.org. Quite good analysis and the wicked cartoons of Eli Valley. Conclusion: it is not anti-Semitic to talk about supporters of a nasty apartheid state and the money and power that they use. Note, this stuff is not a spat. It matters. A group calling themselves Patriots United is organizing a demonstration against Omar in a Somali neighborhood in Minneapolis this weekend.